Good morning for day 2 of the Great Salt Quake. Our first game of the day, we have the Dallas Derby Devils going up against 409 Roller Derby, the Killer Bees. Run down our rosters first. Dallas Derby Devils in white, 09 Lemonator, 130 Casper, number 22 Block Nest Monster, 274 Frightmare, number 28 Tiny Giant, 404 Twinkle Toes, number 41 Wham Bam, 415 Roxy, number 55 Catastrophe, 585 Princess Leia, 730 Frog Legs, 911 Animal Style, and 08 Obliviate.
And for the Killer Bees, we have 03 Rumble Guppy, 10 Ruby Roundhouse, 106 Ferdinand, 14 Slamby, 187 Belle of the Brawl, 2 Night Terror, 2010 Princess Leia, 312 Slimy Booger, 34 Postman, 404 Fatal Error, 22 Badditude. Oh, Bad Attitude. 6-8, Graycon the Destroyer. 7-11, Just Kevin. 8-8, Bubble Basher. And 911, Chaos.
Our ref crew for this game is Prince Albert, Data, Nitro G, You Know Me, Van Rollon, Doom, Bonnie, Saren Gas, Rop, Dr. Boom, Buck and Nobby, Romp, Coldgen, DD McKee, Glitz and Vixen, Joysticks, and Megabeth.
All right. And the first jam is underway. Got 404 jamming for the Killer Bees out as the lead jammer. And coming around to approach the pack on the first scoring pass. Jammer for the Dallas Devils is stuck behind traffic trying to break through while Fatal Error makes another pass. And we've got a cut track call on the jammer for the Dallas. Headed to the penalty box for 30 seconds. That gives the Bees time to try to rack up some points before that other jammer gets back on the track. And the jammer is signaled for the pack to start moving, and they do. And looks like Fatal Error slipped through again for some more points. And the defensive wall for the Devils forms up, bracing for impact as Fatal Error pushes through again, slips past that last pivot from the Dallas team to score another 4 points. And the Bees call off that jam. A strong start to our first game today.
Yeah, looks like we will have a penalty start to begin. Second jam. The Dallas jammer in the box standing. Fatal error back out as jammer for the Bees. Down one defensive player are the Bees, so see if they can capitalize on this power start. Fatal error bashes through the middle, down but up. Big hit by Block This Monster to bring down Fatal Air. Still remained inside the track. And right off the bench comes Animal Style to get lead. This took off immediately. And we have a high block on Fatal Air that will send them to the box. And so Animal Style has 30 seconds of power jam. Nice moves by Ferdinand to steer out Animal Style on the outside line. This will go the full 2 minutes. Still a whole minute left in this jam. Animal Style is through for 4. Approaching the pack once again. Nice offense by Blocking This Monster. Gets Animal Style through. Wham Bam sacrificing their body to take down Fatal Air on the inside as they re-enter the track. Another nice hit by Wham Bam to nudge out Fatal Air. Meanwhile, Animal Style juking this way and that, laterally moving through the pack for 4 more points. It looks like we have an illegal procedure call on Wham Bam that will send them to the box. So right now, Dallas has 2 players in the penalty box trying to stop Fatal Air. It's not an easy task for the 2 remaining defenders for the Derby Devils. Right now, Animal Style, though, still making their way through for points. And does so to get through for 4 more. Fatal Air going up against Block Dust. Block Dust nudges them out, and we end that with Dallas up 16-4 in that jam, bringing the game to a 2016 game. The Bees up by 4. Let's see if they can maintain that lead, or if this will be a back and forth game all day, all morning long here.
And we got a timeout called by the Bees.
And while we have a minute for our team timeout, I'd like to thank some of our sponsors, the Pie Pizzeria. They have been voted Utah's best pizza, providing top quality handmade pizza, salad, subs, and more for over 40 years. Been a long time sponsor of us here at Salt Lake Roller Derby, which includes our Wasatch Junior Roller Derby team. 187 Killer Pads, also the Derby Warehouse, also sponsors of ours that we're very fortunate to have, and Dick's Sporting Goods, who have recently, through a generous donation to Wasatch Roller Derby through their Dick's Sports Matters grant, has helped fund our juniors team. So thank you, Dick's Sporting Goods.
And the teams have got their lineups ready. That rolling whistle is calls the end of the timeout. We have Raycon the Destroyer up to jam for the Bees, and Bright Bear jamming for Dallas. And they are off. Got Jammer for the Bees, pushed through, got the lead Jammer, but quick on their heels is Dallas. So it's going to be a race. The pack is on the move, and Jam's called off quickly.
All right, fast jam was where Graycon decides to keep the star on for this next one. They're going up against Twinkle Toes of Dallas. They're the Killer Bees in black, Dallas in white. Penalty box is clear. Everyone out on the track. Both jammers got to the inside at the beginning. Now we got a bit of a scramble through. Big hit by Night Terror to take out Twinkle Toes. Graycon still trying to make their way through. Lead is open. Twinkle Toes taken out by the Postman, brought back, but Graycon being brought back by Blockinus. Nice little bean dip on the outside. Does Graycon gets through for a lead. Very quick and fast move to take that lead position as Graycon. Night Terror of the Bees going to the penalty box. Graycon go on their scoring pass. Twinkle Toes out through the pack. Graycon running up against some resistance after turn number 2. Still able to get some points here. We're able to get 3 points on that was Graycon. That'll bring the Bees up to a 23-16 lead.
Very powerful start to our game. Up here in the next jam, we got Fatal Error jamming for the Bees, and number 585, Princess Leia, is jamming for Dallas. Those defenders are right up close to the jam line, providing no space for breathing, and the jammers are off. Bees quick defense shoved the Dallas jammer out, and looks like the Bees have the lead jammer position. Fatal Error coming around on the first scoring pass. And looks like we have Dallas's jammer has made it through also. Both teams are on a scoring pass. And the jammers are lined up neck and neck here at the beginning. And the Bees call off the jam quickly to prevent Dallas from scoring points.
I believe the Dallas pivot, Obliviates, got called maybe on a destruction of pack. That's when they'll start this one in the box. So defender each in the box for these teams. Animal Style in the white for Dallas as the jammer, going up against Slimy Booger of the Killer Bees in black. Both jammers to the inside, swinging to the outside. Now up against the respective tripods. Animal Style with some quick footwork gets that lead. And we have a power jam. Slimy Booger sent to the box. So Animal Style with both lead jammer and a power jam advantage. Quick, fast moves gets them through 4-4. Dallas providing some offense. Olivier back on the track for Dallas. They got a full defensive squad. Animal Style with some fancy moves. They are very quick, very jukey, very fast. Slimy Booger back out on the track. Track caught on Slimy Booger sends them back to the box. So this will be another 30 seconds for Animal Style and Dallas. You know, a directional call sends Ferdinand of the Bees to the box. So some penalty trouble here for the Killer Bees on this jam. And Dallas is capitalizing on it. Getting some cues from their bench is Animal Style, and they called that one off. And so they will have a power start at the beginning of this next game. And we have an official review being called by the Killer Bees.
So the official review is the opportunity for a team to challenge or question a call made by the referees, something either they disagree with or think the referees missed. So the coach will present their case to the refs, and the refs will discuss and bring us a verdict. So at this point, your guess is as good as ours what is being reviewed or what the outcome will be. But it does give the teams a quick breather here, and as hard as these young people are playing, they probably could use a little extra breather.
And keep in mind, these teams have played 2 games yesterday as well, so they are right back into the thick of it. team captains, Frightmare of Dallas, Bella of the Brawl, Killer Bees are out there with their coaches talking with the officials.
We'll take just a minute here to let y'all know we are looking for a new home, the Salt Lake Roller Derby. You have any leads on any space, please let your league, your local league board know. We're looking for a new place to host roller derby for the future of our young people and the adult leagues. All right. All right, the verdict is in. It looks like the Killer Bees will retain their review. They were challenging a cut track call. It was called at the beginning of the jam, and after being reviewed by the officials, they cited in favor of the Bees' objection or whatnot. So that means they will retain their review. Each team gets one official review per half. So if they don't roll over, use it or lose it. So the Bees are going to keep their review, and we'll be back to Derby action here soon. All right, and Dallas is quick to take to the track with Frightmare in the jam position. Looks like Fatal Error is on deck here for the Bees. And the Bees have one blocker in the penalty box. So they are starting one person short. And off they go. Frightmare, quick to the inside, takes lead jammer position, but Fatal Error is right on their heels. And Dallas quick to call off the jam. The strategic move there to prevent the Bees from being able to score any points.
All right, we have 404 up against 404. Fatal Error of the Bees back out as jammer. We're going up against Twinkle Toes of Dallas. Still one in the box for the Bees. Be down 4-3 for the defenders. All right, Fatal Error to the outside. Twinkle Toes with some lateral movement. And it is Twinkle Toes out first. Fatal Error trying to put the shoulder down and bust through a tough tripod. And we have a high block call on Fatal Air, so this is going to be a power jam for Dallas. Twinkle Toes with a big opportunity here for some points. And gets through for 4. Through again on the scoring pass. Looking for some offense. No, but taken out by just Kevin, and they call that one off. So there will be a power start advantage for Dallas in this next jam.
It's like we've got animal style jamming for Dallas, so they're going to have a little bit of time with a leg up on the competition here to try to score some points, while the Bees jammer is finishing out a penalty. Alrighty, and off they go. The Bees defenders putting up a hard front that Animal Style is having a tough time getting around. Got a hard hit, sending just Kevin out of bounds, and looks like Animal Style made it through the pack and is lead jammer. Fatal Error hops over the corner of the apex and completes the initial pass. That means they are on a scoring pass as well. Animal Style slips past the defender and calls off the jam.
All right, Fatal Air is going to stay as jammer for the Bees. Now they'll be going up against 585. That is Princess Leia of the Dallas. Both of these teams have a Princess Leia, so need to clarify on that. And we'll have an official timeout here as make sure the points are totaled correctly. But we will be right back into the action here soon. And we have a jammer switch as Twinkle Toes of Dallas goes back out. Still up against Fatal Error of the Bees. And we are off once again. To the outside goes Twinkle Toes, sees a big hole, takes it, and on through for a lead. Fatal Air, though, out of the pack. See what Twinkle Toes does here with this lead. Slamming into the pack, getting some points, calling it off. Did not get any points on that, but also kept the Bees from scoring any on that one as well. As right now we are looking at Dallas up 39-23.
And in roller derby terms, that is still a very close game. Things can change really fast. So we've got Frightmare up jamming for Dallas, and Graycon the Destroyer up for the Bees. And that's the signal. Off they go. Graycon is faking inside and outside. Frightmare is stuck back behind that wall of Bees with slip pass, and it looks like Frightmare slips around the inside of the apex, has lead jammer position. The Graycon is right on their heels, moving fast. And as Frightmare approaches the pack, trying to get some points before Graycon catches up, knocked out of bounds, and they call off the jam before Graycon can get there. Another quick jam.
Not quite at the halfway mark. We are at just past 16 minutes and 30 seconds left in this half. Animal Style back out there once again. Fatal Air doing a lot of jamming for these Bees here. Two very distinct jammers, two different styles. Have a hard shoving style of Fatal Air and a very choopy style of Animal Style. And both work out well for them, but it is Fatal Air that has the lead. But very quick on their heels is Animal Style. That is going to force a call off for a 0-0 jam.
No points on that last jam. And after a quick shuffle, we got Fatal Error once again jamming for the Bees. Looks like Princess Leia is up for Dallas. We got a team timeout called by Dallas.
We have Derby every weekend this month here of February, in addition to today, of course, being day 2 of the Great Salt Quake. Next weekend, there is a Wasatch Roller Derby home game of Hertz. That is Saturday, February 7th. We do have a bit of a breather on the 14th, Valentine's Day. We will not be hurting each other and beating each other up here at the Derby Depot. But then on the 21st, Uinta Roller Derby has a home game. That is going to be our Mardi Gras themed game. And then on February 28th, we have a double header, Wasatch Junior Roller Derby and Wasatch Roller Derby. This will be a fundraiser to assist one of our fellow skaters with some medical bills from a torn ACL. That is going to be Saturday, February 28th. So we have a rematch of Animal Style and Fatal Air. Fatal Air, I believe they are given a no pass, no penalty, so there is no lead being assessed right now. Animal Style Trill trying to fight their way through the pack with some quick feet, does, and they get that lead. And they will call that one off. All 4 points scored by Fatal Air, though, before that call off. So that will help Dallas just to maintain that 12-point lead that they have this halfway through our first half of the game.
And the wall of Bees defenders is right up on the jam line, not going to give Frightmare any breathing room. Got a little jammer on jammer action here even before the whistle. Graycon trying to block the way for Frightmare. And Graycon trying to slip past and looks like got past several defenders but knocked down by Dallas. Quickly back on their feet. Graycon, the destroyer, is the lead jammer for the Bees, whipping around to go on the first scoring pass. Meanwhile, the pack is on the move. Got a pass. We got a star pass. Successful. Roxy is the new jammer for Dallas. And they are coming up on the pack also. Graycon calls off the jam before Roxy can make it to the pack and get any points. So looks like that was good for 3 points there for the Bees, closing the lead that Dallas has ever so slightly.
All right, after a bit of a break, Fatal Airs we're right back out there for the Bees going up against Twinkle Toes. Shouldering through, trying to not get through these tripods is both jammers. Up ahead at turn number 1 is Fatal Air. Being brought back by Night Terror is Twinkle Toes. And it is Fatal Air that gets that lead position. Night Terror showing some great blocking skills this jam, holding back Twinkle Toes. Right now the Postman doing some one-on-one blocking. Three points given to Fatal Air. They got a no pass, no penalty on the last one, so did not get that last point assessed. On through for 4 is Fatal Air. 4 more points. Give them a total of 7 this jam. Twinkle Toes having a tough time against this B defenders. Very good team right now. Yeah, Night Terror and Postman working together very well to hold back Twinkle Toes. Meanwhile, Fatal Air on a roll. Through for 4 more. That puts them up 15 on this jam alone. Gliding their way through for 4 more. While Postman up against it, Twinkle Toes getting some offensive help from Obliviated. Body's hitting the floor at turn number 2, but it is Fatal Air keeping on running. 23 points. 10 seconds left in this jam. See if Fatal Air can gather a few more points before her time runs out. Just Kevin of the Bees goes to the penalty box. And we do have a star pass to Obliviate as time runs out. I believe that might end up with 27, yes, 27 points for the Bees as they take the lead 57-39. A big run by Fatal Air.
That was a monstrous jam. That's very impressive.
That definitely shows how those leads you have for 20-point leads in Derby are not safe at all.
That's right. It's a very fickle game that close. And looks like we have an official timeout. So that's going to give us a little pause here. Get something sorted out. Thumbs up all around. So we got the rolling whistle and back to the action. Frightmare is jamming for Dallas, going up against Slimy Booger for the Bees. And off they go. Frightmare slips around through the inside and has lead jammer position. And coming around quick on the first scoring pass. Slimy Booger is getting sloshed around and knocked down to the ground, but right back up on their feet, trying to get past to get some point or get that initial pass finished. And Slimy Booger is sent to the penalty box. And out comes Frightmare from penalty land. We've got bodies hitting the floor. Just Kevin bounces right back up, though. We've got a hard hit by 106 from the Bees, taking down Loch Ness Monster. These young people, they bounce right back up. Frightmare has made it through all that chaos and is in the front while the defenders try to regroup and get back on their feet. We've got Slimy Booger spinning around. Some defenders back to their feet. Hard hit by Ferdinand. That's going to be a penalty. Frightmare pops back up and is trying to slide through to get some more points. And they did. They're successful going around. Nope. Looks like we got a penalty on Frightmare. That was a cross-track penalty. So off to the penalty box for them. And with both jammers in the box, that means the Bees jammer gets to be free. And Bees defenders pushing the pack forward, trying to make some space for Slimy Booger to slip through. And that is going to be the end of the jam.
Very physical jam that last run here. 10-point game right now. The Bees up 57-47. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. Fatal Air right back out. They had a big run the last time they were out as the jammer for the Bees, and we have an official review being called by Dallas. So I'll give both teams a chance to breathe a little bit after that very intense last jam.
This is going to give these young people a little chance to breathe, stretch things out, and release a little bit of tension here.
Our next game, slotted for 10:30 today, is going to be the Renegades up against the Cherry Bombs. Definitely want to stick around with that, and then we'll have a bit of a break here before we're back for our afternoon games as the host Wasatch Assault will take on the Derby Devils. And the Renegades, once again, will take on the Killer Bees at 3:30. And Wasatch Assault will end our tournament in a game against the Cherry Bombs, or at 5:30. So, yeah, the Killer Bees getting a little bit of a break here after this game. You'll see the Derby Devils back here again at 1:30.
Hopefully these kids get a break from school or something tomorrow, because I can't imagine doing a 2-day tournament and having to go to school.
You get to come back with a lot of cool bruises to show off.
Yeah, that's true. No shortage of bruises, cool or not, when you play roller derby. Alrighty. Well, the verdict is in, and the official review is retained. They were challenging an illegal re-entry called against the jammer, and the officials have sided with him. I believe that was Dallas's official review. So they retain their official review, and we've got our fresh set of skaters on the track ready when we get back to the action here real quick. I misspoke. Dallas was asserted that an illegal entry on the Bees Jammer should have been called, and the officials agreed with that. So that's rolling whistle means we are back to the action. So we have blockers and we have pivots, but we have no jammers yet. All right, Frightmare's in jamming for Dallas and gets a quick lead and lead jammer position. And looks like the Bees jammer is still finishing out, serving out the rest of the penalty time. So got a little bit of power time here. And Dallas Jammer whizzes by, making it look easy, scored a quick 4 points here at the beginning. And they're coming up against the back of the pack. Flying over a couple Bees defenders, and calls it off right as the Bees Jammer gets to the pack.
Got 7 minutes and 30 seconds left as Twinkle Toes of the Bees goes out. They'll be going up against Just Kevin. Or sorry, Twinkle Toes of Dallas goes out, going up against Just Kevin of the Bees. Starting at the 4-3 advantage over defenders are the Bees as well. We do have a power. No, yeah, there is a power jam. There was a forearm call on Just Kevin. So lead should still be open for Twinkle Toes. Twinkle Toes fighting their way through a swarm of bees as bodies hit the floor after turn number 2. Lead still open for the Bees, and Dallas gets it. Getting a cue from their coach. Twinkle Toes calls that one off, so this will be a power jam start as Animal Style grabs the star for Dallas.
So we're down to 6 minutes left in this first period of play. Animal Style is going to get a power start for Dallas. And looks like the Dallas blockers are going to try to provide some offense here, and Just Kevin flies in from the penalty box, hops over the apex, and gets the lead jammer position out in front. And the pack is on the move, while the Bees are trying desperately to keep Animal Style from getting through. Hard hit from Ferdinand, and Animal Style slips around the corner. So Animal Style is on the first scoring pass, and the Bees, Just Kevin, call off the jam after some points. So 4 points for the Bees. They've got a 16-point lead. As we saw, that could disappear in just a 2-minute period.
Very intense first half here. Keep in mind, we have 30 more minutes of this. Another second half. Princess Leia of Dallas goes out, and we have an official review being called by Dallas. They retained their last one, so they have this one to spend on this half as well. Once we get the information on the result of this review, we will get that to you. In the meantime, you can listen to some tunes, do a dance party out in the stands or on the track here.
And as we said, those official reviews are use it or lose it. So if you've got it, you might as well use it. We're not sure what call is being challenged, but we will let you know once we know. And we want to thank you fans and players for coming to join us on a chilly morning here in Salt Lake. I guess we lucked out a little bit. Usually this time of year, you'd be wading through snow to get here, but Utah is notorious for some funky weather, so we get cold and no snow.
Yeah, this is actually warmer than it's been the last few days.
That's true. Strong peer pressure to join in the dance party on the track. That's usually the best thing to do during an official review. All right, we've got a verdict. The Dallas will retain their review. They asserted that the Bees jammer made an apex jump and landed on an opposing player. The officials agree with that. So illegal contact will be assessed to Bees jammer. Dallas keeps their review. We got a rolling whistle which means we are back to the party. Looks like Dallas has Block Nest Monster up on the jam line. And Bees Jammer is starting in the box, so that's going to be a power start for Dallas. Let's see what they can make happen here. Dallas is also down 2 players, but Block Nest Monster says does not matter. They get in front, get that lead jam, and going to try to capitalize on this power start here. Spinning past the blockers and quickly through the pack to get some points. So the Bees blockers line up, brace up for another impact, and Block Nest Monster smashes right through the middle to score some more points. Now the Bees Jammer is back on the track and knocking people over, trying to get through these defenders. Dallas is putting up a good fight, and Block Nest Monster takes a hard hit but spins around, gets through again, and looks like Just Kevin is back to the penalty box for the Bees. So the pack is moving. Block Nest Monster coming through the inside of the track for another 4 points. And Dallas Blocker is going to try to provide a little offense and some good one-legged action, but sends Block Nest Monster back to the pack, and hard hit from Fatal Error. They're knocking over one of their own teammates too. Block Nest Monster is knocked to the inside of the track, and a cut track is assessed. So Block Nest Monster is in the box, and Just Kevin coming in to jam for the Bees. We've got a star pass handed off to Fatal Error. Nope, that's not going to stick. That's the end of the jam. A little chaotic there.
Yeah, shows how those lead changes can come suddenly like that. 20-point jam by Block Nest Monster puts it up 75-61. We have a team timeout being called by the Bees. That'll give us 60 seconds here. 2 minutes, 21 seconds left in the first half. This is only the first half of this game. They're already playing this intense. So keep in mind, we're going to have a 15-minute break, and then it'll be 30 more minutes of this. Both of these teams have one more game to play later today as well.
Wow. That is so impressive to me.
It's been a while since I've done a double header or had to play twice in one day. So hopefully my endurance is up to the task once I get that opportunity once again. These kids are killing it out here.
Yep. I think you'll get there. I think these young people have the benefit of being young. They can pull energy out of thin air, I think. That's the end of the timeout. Dallas and the Bees got their players on the track. It's going to be a power start for the Bees. Fatal Error is jamming. And the defenders are giving a bit of space. Fatal Error starting off alone on the jam line. And defenders pushing against each other. We've got Hippity Hop over the apex. And Fatal Error claims lead jam position. And it's coming around for that first scoring pass. Now we've got Block Nest Monster back from penalty land for Dallas, and getting aggressive right at the beginning. So now we've got both jammers skating neck and neck here, coming around, and Fatal Error is going to call it off, take no chances. So we are under 2 minutes left in this period.
All right, Twinkle Toes out there for Dallas. See With the Bees decide to keep Fatal Air out there, and also a jammer change for Dallas as well, as Animal Style takes the star. Penalty box is clear, so 4-on-4. Animal Style to the outside, trying to find daylight, and does. The jammer. Fatal Air having to fight through a mess of Dallas. Finally makes it through the pack. Animal Style on their scoring run. Swings to the outside, tries to get through, but no, Ferdinand is there to cut him off. Animal Style calls that off. However, 4 points it looks like are scored by the Bees before that call off. So great job by Fatal Air to just keep on pushing through that and be able to get all 4 points before that call off.
We got Fatal Error going up against Frightmare on the jam line. Defenders creep right up against them. And they're off. Frightmare takes a hard hit from Ferdinand out of bounds. Fatal Error made it through and has the lead jammer position, while Ferdinand recycles Frightmare way back behind the jam line. So Fatal Error is going to weave around here and try to pick up some points. And it looks like they have earned a penalty and will be off to the penalty box. So we've got Frightmare back on the track. No jammer for the Bees at the moment. We got a star pass, so the new jammer for Dallas is going to be Obliviate. And Obliviate is coming around for a scoring pass here. See what they can make happen at the end of the first period play. Knocked out of bounds, Slimy Booger sends them way back. Recycle back. But not to be stopped, Obliviate smashes through the defenders to get some more points. And we got Fatal Errors back in play and back through the pack just as quick. It looks like Obliviate smashed up against the wall there. And Fatal Error hopping right at the end. And that's the end of our first period of play. We've got a 15-minute intermission here. So drink some fluids. Do whatever you need to do, but make sure you come back at 15 because you don't want to miss the second half of this game.
Yeah, please be sure to visit our concession stand. Not right now, but we will have some merch tables later in the day. They had some yesterday, so feel free to support these teams by buying some merch. And also having some great salt Quake merch as well. We have some patches up at the concession stand as well, so you can commemorate this tournament and help support these juniors teams by buying some of the merch that will be available later in today. So we will see you back here in 14 minutes.